All right, grading the Texans coaching hires in the 2023 offseason. We're starting right there with the head coach, DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans, A+. I can't even count the pluses for DeMeco Ryans. You hired the guy that most teams wanted. He was the first choice in Denver. He was the first choice here. He turned down interviews to take the gig. The nostalgia, all that type of stuff, and the actual substance and what I actually hear from DeMeco Ryans, I give it an A+. Now, if you're married to them needing an offensive-minded coach and you're hesitant about what DeMeco's offense can look like, you're not going to give that an A+. I don't have those concerns. I think that he is the type of coach who can create a culture and create an identity to where your offensive staff, you can replace losing assistants each year. That's how much confidence I have in him. If you're on the side that you wanted an offensive coach and you think it's an offensive league and you think that you need an offensive guy, I'm not going to say that you're alone. There's a lot of people that feel that way. It's logical skepticism, but that's the only reason you could not give this an A+ from every single angle. DeMeco Ryans, A+. Defensive coordinator Matt Burke, coming from San Francisco, or coming from Arizona, excuse me. J.J. Watt said good things about him on Pardon My Take. He didn't have a great run with the Miami Dolphins as their DC. DJ Bieneme of ESPN tweeted out, never top 27 in total points. Now, there was some good player development under him, and Xavier Howard became a good player. How much credit he deserves for that, I don't know. And how much he's really going to do here, we don't know. You think DeMeco Ryans is going to have a big hand in the defense? Is he going to call the defense? We don't know. So Matt Burke, I'm not going to sit here and give it an A. I'll give it a B with a lot of variables, a lot of moving parts, and a lot of healthy reason for optimism as well as healthy reason for skepticism. Stephen A., he's going to be the safe, not that Stephen A. I'll learn how to pronounce the name by camp, but Stephen A. is going to be the safety coach. I'm going to give him an A because I trust Demico in that area of things, and I will be honest with you, I am not an expert on safety coaches. Nick Cray, chief of staff, A+. Blah, 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 blah. Ivy League, coaching background, football operations background, player development background, DJ background, nice resume. I'm an easy grader on this one. You carried the San Francisco 49ers boombox. So all that stuff's impressive. You get an A+ with me no matter what. It might even be higher than that with all the other stuff, but you carry the San Francisco boombox, you get an A+. Offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury or Bobby Slowick. I'm going to give that an A. And I'm going to give just the fact that these guys are in the mix, regardless of which one you hire, or if you go in another direction, I'm going to give that an A. Because Cliff Kingsbury is an NFL head coach from a year ago. He's called some good offenses. He's not great. A lot of people don't trust Cliff Kingsbury. He probably didn't deserve the head coaching gigs that he got, and they didn't go well for him. So his most vocal critics are even louder now, and there's probably some people who weren't criticizing him before that criticize him now. So he's polarizing, but he does have options, and the fact that he's even considering this and the fact they're even considering him shows how far this organization has come. Bobby Slowick, he's a prime candidate for an OC gig anywhere in the league. So just the list itself, even if they decide to go in another direction, just the fact they're entertaining this, I think you have to give that an A. I heard Clint Sterner and Ron the Show Hughley break this down. They kind of had a little bit of a disagreement. It was actually pretty entertaining. Go on the Odyssey app, AUDACY, Sports Radio 610. You can hear Clint Sterner, Ron the Show Hughley, 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 610, 2 to 6 Central in the Odyssey app. They follow my show In the Loop, 10 to 2 on Sports Radio 610, which follows Payne and Pendergast 6 to 10 a.m. So just lock it in, 610 from 6A to 6P, and we got you covered on Sports Radio 610. And right here, number one source for digital Texans content, it is The Locker Room. We cover the team as close as anyone. Players, coaches, owners, they all come on the station. We're at the game, in the parking lot before the game, in the locker room, the real locker room after the game, and we got you covered. So whether you're a Texans fan or not, the Texans digital content game, it's getting hot. Subscribe, share the love to all them, but subscribe right here. I got you daily. I've had it ever since we started this at the start of last season, and we hope it gets even more fun as this continues. Other news in the NFL, Josh McCown gets a gig. very, very polarizing name around here, but he's going to work for Frank Reich. He's going to be the quarterback coach. I was intrigued by Josh McCown and him fitting in the bleep show that they had last year, when really it was slim pickings when it came to hiring a head coach. McCown is finally in the NFL. He's not going to be able to fly under the radar, and we will see what happens with old Josh McCown, who the Texans almost hired. So the good times continue. Keep it locked on Sports Radio 610. Keep it locked in the locker room. Number one source for Texans digital content here on Sports Radio 610. And no matter what happens, enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy it. As soon as that clock hits 0, everyone is on the same page as the Houston Texans. We've been waiting for this offseason for a long time. It's been the offseason of the Texans for a long time, but it becomes real. The slate is wiped clean for everyone as soon as that clock hits 0 on Sunday. So enjoy it however you want. Skip work. Do what you got to do. Continue to follow the Texans. Continue spreading the love, commenting, sharing, all that type of stuff. And no matter what happens, enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. No matter what happens with the Texans, though, we are all in this together. Have a good